All right, I'm back with another episode of Conversations with Jay. I got my homie in the building, man. And what's crazy, I ain't seen you in a minute. It's been a while.
It's been probably a decade, man.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
But I fuck with you, bro.
You already know the long way, man.
Fuck with you.
100 grand.
My boy, Big Andre. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, shit. It's Dre Penn from 103rd. It's just living life, man. Not much.
All right, now you grew up in the hundreds. Now,
Right.
me, before I went to Harlan, I didn't even know it was the hundreds. You feel me? I ain't even gonna lie.
Right.
Like, for some reason, I knew the numbers went up there, but it's a certain pocket that's considered the hundreds. Like,
Right.
147th and shit ain't really considered
ain't
the hundreds, you know?
That ain't the hundreds.
So how
That
was
ain't
it?
the wow. It's the hundreds, but it ain't the wow hundreds.
Right, so that's the distinction.
The
wild
hundreds is really considered from like 99th to the Gardens.
And all in between there is wild hundreds. You feel me?
Wild hundreds.
So how was it growing up out there?
Man, I was born into that house on 10216 Prairie. You know, I lived plenty of places. I done grew up in the birds. I'm well cultured, but from a baby to about 6 years old, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Then we ain't know nothing. Everybody, when you a child, everybody cool.
All right.
I came back. My mother got sick, so I came back for high school. Shit was way different. And I had been out in the birds for like 8 years. So it was a culture shock at first, but, you know, I got cool with a lot of people I knew when I was little that had to reacquaint with, but, you know, it was I wouldn't trade it for nothing, man.
Now you say it
built me.
Now you say it was a culture shock. So
Yeah.
a lot of people say right now, like how the shorties are now, is super wild. But coming
Right.
up, it was wild when we were shorties.
It's not wild. You just can see everything.
Right.
Like, I'm telling you, like, one of the deadliest summers I remember was like 01, 02. That summer was wild.
It was
That
busting.
summers was wild, man. Like, high numbers, 700, 800, and
Murders.
murders. People we was going to school with, playing sports with, they dead. They got killed this summer. Like, damn. It was
Nah.
crazy. What's going on right now, see, it's senseless. No control. Back then, it was still structure and all that. Now it's just, I'm going to just be honest, man. Anybody, you 23, 25, you not in no game.
Facts.
You not.
You know,
Just
they made
claiming
their own
something.
gang. They made their own gang.
They made their own gang, and they claiming shit, and really it's just half these little niggas. These niggas 120 pounds, 5'7", and they the scariest nigga in their neighborhood.
What's crazy?
When I was coming up, a nigga that size couldn't scare nobody in the hood.
They 120 pounds, but 10 of them pounds is a pistol.
Pistol.
You feel
These
me?
niggas is petite.
And that's what's crazy. I don't.
Petite villains.
Growing up, like I saw guns, you know what I'm saying? But it was rare that you saw a gun. Like your homie, the only reason he had a gun is because somebody lived in the house that was old that had that gun. Now you got 12-year-olds with
access.
30 shots, bro. No, it ain't access, it's theirs.
They got them, yeah.
Did you hear about these shorties? It was I want to say they was from age 9 to like 16. They was sticking people up, taking their cars.
It's crazy.
Like, get the fuck up out your car, bro. This mine now.
It's no guidance. You got when we was coming up on my block, I could get fucked up by anybody on the block.
You couldn't do nothing because somebody
Couldn't
was
do
going to
nothing.
tell on you.
I was gonna get told on, and then I was gonna have to deal with my granny and my auntie later. Now this generation of all them mothers don't say nothing to my kid. That's my child. You can't say nothing to him. But then when they get killed, you all on the news crying like ain't nobody gonna say nothing. No, I
Facts.
mean, you let the neighborhood not help you raise this child, so it is what it is. Like, we need to bring that back into the community, man.
But it's what you just said. Like, growing up, I ain't going to say it was necessarily needed to be a 2-parent household, but like you said, the community was strong enough to be there. Yeah. I tell a story all the time when my mama made me play baseball. Like, I didn't want to play baseball. I had no love for baseball. I was like, fuck baseball altogether. But I grew a love for baseball, and she used to put us in like mentor programs where it was black men that, you know, were older than us that can put us on game and tell us certain type of shit. I ain't saying those things don't exist now, but it seems like they harder to find, especially with the internet.
It's harder to find because, and there you go with the internet. The internet done took over the world, so basically what you basically saying is it's hard to find, what's the word I'm looking for? The intimacy. Like, that was intimate upbringing. Like, right. You don't have that no more. We had boys, and they done shut down the Y on 111, like,
half the courts don't got basketball rims.
Don't have rims, no nets. They want us in the house stuck on social media. That's how they control you anyway.
And doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Beefing with your homies.
It's like back then if we had beef with somebody, hey, you gotta find me. I'm not calling and talking to you. It's like when I see you, we see each other, you know, we had fights, hey, it's on sight. That's what we used to say. Now they say, what, catch me in traffic. Or they tell each other where they at on live.
Facts.
That's goofy. Like, you think your life is a game, man.
I seen 2 rappers literally FaceTime each other. They both recorded. They FaceTime beefing. They ops. They call each other. Man. One end up dead a couple days later.
Crazy, man.
And it's I don't know where the shit came from, because like we had internet, but it wasn't like this. You know what I'm saying? The most we cared about was a ringtone.
Yeah,
you feel me?
We was asking G's some shit like we trying to cheat on homework.
We cheat CC and shit like that. But now these kids, literally, like, I didn't know anybody that could just go make a song. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't just going to record a record.
Right.
Now you got them where they can go record a song, shoot a video off their phone, off your iPhone, and now your diss record has 300,000 views, and you disrespecting a whole nother gang, a whole nother set. A
whole nother phantom game. Like, it's fake game banging going on right now. It's
and
all
crazy.
Synthetic, man. These shorties don't respect they don't even respect their mama.
Why do you think people look at it like it's so wild now when it technically been going on, but
it's so wild now because it's easy to see. Like, we just had to hear everything word of mouth or listen to the radio to hear about the murders. You remember? Now it's,
actually read a newspaper.
Yeah, you could read. You catch it on live. Somebody video, just like what happened with Duck, man. It's a shame. Like, young man trying to make something of himself and he get killed on the richest block in the city. Like,
and you know what's crazy about that? People was like, "Oh my God, this happened here." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The response, they doing press conferences and everything on this block, and it's like, it ain't even about him dying there. It's about somebody having a gun there. Like, that blew people's mind. Even in the black community, it was like, damn, that shit happened in the Gold Coast? Get the fuck out of here. Like, never did that happen on the Gold Coast. Either, and that's what's crazy, because if you look at what's going on now, you got them shutting down downtown so people can't come down there and loot and do all types of shit. You got them actively taking steps to protect something that they see of value. But nobody taking steps in our community except the shout out to the activists that's on the corners and that's trying to stop this shit, but they need funding. Everybody need funding.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the response I'm seeing to this looting by the CPD and the city is basically showing Black lives don't matter to them. Man.
Facts.
And then what's crazy, you got Black lives that's in charge, and y'all more worried about looting. It's not enough looting we could do to take back what this country took from us. Over 400 years of slavery. Come on, man. We can't loot. We could loot every day for a decade and still won't.
That shit'll still be pennies. Still be pennies. So we done found ourselves at a crossroad where we can literally see, like, we ain't kids no more, so we understand what's going on, and we could look at it. And I know one thing you want to touch on was politics and the Democratic Party and how they constantly sell our community dreams, and our community is constantly buying it.
Hey.
Look at Joe Biden. Bro went and got Kamala Harris, and now everybody like, oh yeah, Trump finna lose. Like, nigga, why?
And was the irony in him going to get her is this country has always defeated black men by making bonds with our women. And that's what really put everybody like, oh, he got, yeah, that's how they all, even during slavery, like, hey, you come in the big house. This my wife. She got to go fuck master, though, because that's what master want. So it's the same, it's 400 years later, but the same
shit.
The same shit.
Playing out.
Same shit. The Democratic Party has never been for the black people, at least like the last 50 years or even longer when the party switched.
If you go right, like you say, even longer, where they were pro-slavery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They weren't trying to end that shit.
Not at all.
They was running it up off slavery.
Democrats only want black people to stay dependent. Because when we stay dependent, we ain't never going to own shit. We ain't never going to be shit. Oh, yeah, Democrats, yeah, we going to give you extra welfare. And that's what most of these slave niggas want, because, like, free. I don't want to work for shit.
A handout.
You know, you got niggas out here like, shit, I want free living. I want free food, and I'm still going to get the J's and the iPhone.
You feel me?
And you got motherfuckers out here working 2 jobs.
Can't afford none
wearing
of that
New
shit.
Balance and a flip phone, but they paying their way.
Why do you... Because I had this conversation all the time with people that's on Section 8, and then you get to the point where you handing down Section 8 vouchers. Like, you've been on Section 8 so long, you literally just handed this off to the next generation of your family member, and they think that this is life. They think that's living. They think they made it.
Generational slaves. Instead of trying to build generational wealth, they generational slaves. Like, they continuing what... It's just like sharecropping. Hey, you do this, you make this happen for me, and I'm gonna give you somewhere to stay and give you a little bit of food, but I'm gonna use you, cause your body is money to me.
Facts.
When your son get killed in this house that I'm letting you stay for free, I make money off of that. The how can I put this shit? The mentality that has been bestowed upon us, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us would never break out of that mentality, and it shows to this day. Because like you say, you got people, like, I've never applied for a link card, bro. Yeah. And it's to the point that my pride won't even allow me to. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker be like, man, you get $600 in link right now. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I just can't. I can't see that as a man, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I've never been taken care of except for my family, you know, because they had to, because I was a shorty, you know what I'm saying? But as a grown man, I can't see myself being taken care of by anybody. Not even a woman, not even my woman. If it was my wife, I still can't see myself being taken care of if I was down and out, because I got to figure that shit out. Well, that's the system. The system said, that's systematic, man. We going to give you everything you want as a black woman to take care of yourself and your kids as long as you leave this nigga out the situation.
And that's what Section 8 is.
So basically, that conditioned women to be the breadwinners. We the only race in this country where we are not the breadwinners of our race. Mm-hmm. Women are.
And that was strategically done.
Strategically done.
And, bro, when you break down how deep it goes to destroy the black man, it's crazy. And then you have people that's on the outside looking in, and they act like that shit not true or some shit.
It's a lack of knowledge. When you don't sit in the mirror and look at something, you're not gonna see it. Sure, I could tell you, hey, you got something on your head, but you don't really know until you actually look yourself. Like,
right,
you can find it. Like, you could use my direction. It's gonna take you longer, but when you look yourself, you can take care of it quicker. People look in the mirror and they could take care of these problems. They just don't want to.
Bro, a thing that I have a problem with is, one, I can say no president has ever affected my life in any type of way. You know what I'm saying? No matter what policies they pass, that shit didn't trickle down to the point where it affected Jay life.
Right.
But you got black people that you ask them who was the greatest president ever, they gonna say Obama.
They gonna say that.
And my following question is gonna be how.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Like, explain to me.
He didn't free
black.
Larry.
Everything he tried to do, they stopped. What, bro? You the president. Yes, it's certain shit that you can't do. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we seen Obama do something for every race, every group except for black people, bro.
Yeah.
Even when Obama was in office, bro, that's when Chicago was the murder capital.
Crazy. Yeah.
It was the murder capital.
But you know what? That's I think it's plenty of reasons for that. That I can't judge the man for not wanting to get killed, because it ain't no doubt in my mind if he would have did what we wanted him to do, and probably, I don't know what's in his heart, what he might have wanted to do, they would have killed him. I know that for a fact.
Right.
So I can't judge him for that, but at the same time, as a black man, I would have liked to see him do
At least
more.
try.
At least try, because when you're in that position, to be honest, you can't be scared of getting killed.
You in that position
You're
for
in that
a
position
reason.
already, you know. And like I said, I can't judge that man's heart. I'm happy that he became president. It's a stepping stone, but like I said, then nobody getting pardoned, like Trump getting niggas pardoned.
But,
and Hoover finna come home, man. And it's like, shit, I don't want to say it, but like Republicans are better for black people.
Republicans doing they shit, and what's crazy is I never understood it coming up. You know, once again, it was always about the Democrats, just because.
That's what we was taught,
Right?
even in school.
And then, but I always had an uncle that was pro-black, but he was pro fuck that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And he actually voted for Trump. You know what I'm saying? Just because he sees shit differently.
Right.
And he another one of those people that don't believe in handouts. Like he gonna go get it. I've watched this man start multiple businesses. You know what I'm saying? I watched him employ us as kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's a certain blueprint that needs to be followed that a lot of people don't give out. And then just to go back to the political shit, you got people that praise Obama but call Kanye crazy.
Call him crazy.
Even though Kanye, regardless of what comes out his mouth, he do action. Yeah. He making shit happen. His, like you said, his wife
got
getting motherfuckers out of jail, bro.
And they love the Clintons, and they locked so many niggas up that they help getting out.
Bro, the Clintons is so fucking dirty, bro.
Dirty as hell, man.
And it's like, shout out to the internet and
exposing it.
You know what I'm saying? But it's still people that love these people. Because he got his dick sucked in office.
Exactly. He played the saxophone, he smoked weed. Like,
you feel me? She got hot sauce in her purse. The fuck?
When I was a shorty, I thought Bill Clinton was the real deal.
Right.
I ain't know no better. When I grew up and I knew about the third strike laws and all that mass incarceration that he set in place, it was like he hates niggas. And I put two and two together, like, damn, the nigga is from Arkansas.
Bro, they get to the bag. And that's what's crazy.
And then there's sex trafficking and all that coming.
Bro, that shit. Have you seen the Epstein doc?
Yeah.
Bro, that shit was
ridiculous.
It was hard for me to watch. I'm like, it's no way that this shit's supposed to happen to children, bro.
It's not, man.
Nobody protecting them. And this was white kids. This wasn't even black kids. You feel me? Yeah. And it's like, bro, regardless of who it's happening to, like, you ruining lives for the long run.
You ever notice how kids still going missing, but you don't get Amber Alerts no more? When that came out, you used to get an Amber Alert every 2-3
pop up
days.
On your phone.
They don't even send them out no more.
That's crazy.
They don't even send them out. We got all these politics is fucked up, man. All these politicians. Trump doing a lot of shit that I like, but he's still fucked up.
Yeah.
He running a modern day concentration camp.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he exposing that the president has always had more control than we thought he did. The president is not as much of a pawn as we all thought he was.
Cause Trump out this bitch.
He out there pushing, making moves.
He getting his people paid too.
Man, he getting it done. He getting it done. But the thing about what you said about Kanye was what I spoke to you the other day is the reason that most of us as blacks are still mentally enslaved is because we forgive too quick. We forget and we forgive. Like, Trump is bad. And, you know, he could be what he could be good too, but y'all forgot about Bush? Y'all like Bush now? He was the dumbest president we ever had.
Facts. Openly stupid too.
Openly stupid.
Like, Trump be saying some wild shit, but
he old though. He's super old.
You will see Bush up there just.
Bush was just dumb as fuck,
bro. But it's crazy because once again, we had Kanye West say George Bush doesn't give a fuck about black people. And what's so significant to me about Hurricane Katrina was I was at Jackson State University when that shit happened. So it hit, but it didn't affect like New Orleans, but it was motherfuckers from New Orleans there. It was people telling me they brothers was in jail and wasn't getting out of jail, bro. The jail flooded. You feel me? So it's a difference of me coming from Chicago, me never being in a hurricane, period. You feel me? And then me going through that shit and seeing how it affected people that had to be there. I didn't have to be there.
And the response was ridiculous, man. That's why when Kanye said what he said, everybody should have supported him. He didn't get no support. None of these same black celebrities that's mad at him now. Like, I ain't gonna drop no names, but it's a lot of big rappers and celebrities that ain't fucking with him because of Trump. But when he was ready to start that revolution in 2005, like, they wasn't the same motherfuckers that's talking about him wasn't fucking with him.
And that
show you how niggas be fugazi.
Them was the same people that was in pictures with Trump.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck
show
is
you
really
how
going
fugazi
on?
It's the same motherfucker. Oh, fuck Kanye, he fucking with Trump. Yeah, but when he said fuck Bush, your ass stayed in check like a good nigga.
Didn't say shit.
And
he was speaking facts. So whatever you got to say about him and Trump now, man, just shut the fuck up with it, man. Because you fugazi. It's a lot of celebrities that don't put the money or the action where their mouth is. Nah. No. This is a person that you feel me. A lot of people feel like I don't like. I hate. I don't. I fuck with him. You feel me? LeBron James. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Because LeBron is the prime example of never forgetting where you came from. Man. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much money you obtain, no matter how big your celebrity is, his main goal was to look out for the people from where he came from. And that's the tough. Same kids that were in the position that he was in. He say, I'm going to get these kids a leg up. Matter of fact, I'm going to start a school. I'm going to partner with some motherfucker. We going to open a school. We going to partner with this college that's going to literally be a door to their future. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to send them and their parents to school for free, bro. Mm. Like, that's different.
That's like, my pops used to, like, when I used to want Jordans or certain CDs, be like, what they do for you? Like, I could see, like, my son wants some bronze. I'm like, yeah, I'm support that black man because he's supporting his people, man. That make a difference.
Facts.
That make a big difference. You don't know how many kids that would be without if he hadn't did that. I mean, he can't help everybody, but just think if more people with his status would be doing what he doing.
Bro, when you put together all the money in the world, like, I read an article, it was talking about
82 families controlled.
The billionaires, and literally them not even having to really even put their wealth in jeopardy. Just a fraction of their wealth. The top billionaires in the world, if they literally just gave $1 billion, $2 billion a piece, like, that would literally end all the bullshit in the world. Starvation, homelessness, all that shit.
Right.
And you got these people that's like, fuck that. They can't spend the money, bro. It's impossible to spend that amount of money, even in a lifetime, bro.
That's what, especially America, man. Americans, rich Americans, is the worst because, you know, the only reason I had a conversation with, I forget, it was a young lady I was passing by and we was just having a conversation. And I said, she was like, I lost my Social Security number. I was like, you better get that back. That's your business. She was like, what you mean? I'm like, that's your debt. That's your debt to this country when you born, is that Social Security number. She was like, I thought it was just the ID me. They don't need a Social Security number to ID.
Facts.
That's a bill of sale on you. Your social security number is a corporation.
Now, what I don't understand about that is how do you profit from that? Because I've went down the rabbit hole. I done tried to figure out, like, I know the social is more than what it is.
The way you profit is through credit that when it's not being used, it's being circulated some way. If you're not using it, that number is out there. You need it to do everything when it comes to finances.
Now, I done had a couple people on my show that was big on the credit. And that's another thing that, once again, we was behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We 18, 19, we don't know shit about credit.
They was sending them cars. We was going to the plaza like
fucking them bitches up.
like I ain't paying none of this.
Bro, nigga in
it's
debt.
Free money.
Nigga done had a credit card for a year. He in debt. Like, because we buying stupid shit and we not understanding. I really wish I could rewind my life, because it was a point in life where I had new shoes every week. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I went to college, I spent a whole $1,000 on shoes. I ain't even wear I don't have any of them shoes anymore. Majority of the guys ran around in the shoes. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, at 18, 19 years old, I would say I probably ran through a good $20K. You know what I'm saying? Just on Jabos and dumb shit, and making sure I had a juice at lunch. Make sure I got a juice at lunch and shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if I was properly educated, then ain't no telling where I'd be in life right now.
And that's the school system. To me, the school system is terrible, man. You got so many creeds and races and different types of people with just one system to learn under. Like, y'all all got to learn this one system that's systematically biased anyway.
Right.
Like, I'm reading tests talking about Sally got 5 apples at the farmer's market, and she gave 3 to Billy. So I'm like, instead of just solving that problem, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is a farmer's market. Why can't you put something that I can relate to? Like, I don't know, Day Day and Keisha went to the corner store to get 5 lavish. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go through that quick.
Right. I already know what them. I can break that down easier.
But that's the way they make us look stupid. Not because we can't learn material, not because we can't retain things. It's the way that you present it, and everything is about perspective. That's life. We all live in the same reality, just through different perspectives.
Do kids even take these tests that we say? Like the Iowa test.
Man,
are they even taking these tests anymore?
They taking a few more, some of them. It seemed like my son was taking a test every other week.
I know one time I went to go, this was when my son was in daycare. I had went to go read to the class and shit.
Right.
So at that time, I chuckled at the book that they gave me, but it was real. It was called Chloe Finds a Gun. You feel me? So I read the book to them and shit, and told them what to do and what not to do if they find a gun. And it made me look at life like, damn, like, why do our kids need to
have this book?
Right. Why is this the thing that they need to learn right now? Now, I'm a licensed gun owner, you know what I'm saying? But my son would never find my gun because it is protected. Right. You know what I'm saying? Only I have access to that motherfucker. Nobody else in my house knows the combination to get into that motherfucker. Right. So it's like, instead of me reading something fun and something for them to laugh at, I had to read something serious.
Yeah, it's sad because, and the sad thing about it is it's needed because the world is moving so fast right now. Like, you ever sit down and talk to like a 5 or 6 year old, they could hold a conversation with you better than some adults.
Oh my baby.
And it's like, even with me, like, I had to get on with the social media and everything that I didn't like, I had to adapt to it. Because if you don't, one thing about this world, if you don't adapt, you just going to be behind. Too far behind to catch up.
Facts. And then with kids, that make it even worse because now they smarter than you and they sneaky and more conniving than you, and you don't even know what's going on with your kids.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
You don't know. My son, 12. Like, I'm having conversations with him where it's still on, like, a kid level. And I go through his phone one day, And I see him texting girls, and I'm like, damn, this little nigga text like, he talk like this? Like,
you feel me?
It gave me a whole different perspective on, like, damn, my son is 12. Like, he growing up fast. Like,
and he hearing shit from everywhere.
I'm seeing threads, he roasting people. I'm like, damn, he on the he on the shit I used to be on, like,
low key
talking to girls. It do. But these kids growing up at a higher pace than we are, because everything back in the day, if we wanted something, we wanted a CD, we couldn't just be in school and be like, oh yeah, I got that new Drake.
Facts.
You had to go to a record store. You had to take a
that
couple buses, or somebody could burn it. But to me, I miss those days. To be honest, I don't like the streaming era. The streaming era is just a way for these corporations to make more money off us, because you never own shit.
And that's what's crazy, because I'm into the marketing shit, and I tell artists all the time, like, if you're going to have your shit on streaming platform, cool, because you technically have to have it there. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you gotta make yourself stronger. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have a website where they can find out everything about you, then you losing. You know what I'm saying? Because we making Instagram rich, we making Facebook rich, we making every platform rich, because that's where we put our shit first. At some point, you need to have your own landing page for somebody to come check your shit out. Period. Yeah. And motherfuckers don't. It be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that shit, but that's a waste of money. And it's like, bro, really what? Not, I just was telling my mans, I bet $30 on Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying, to beat Toronto tonight. Mm-hmm. And if I win, I get like $240. You know what I'm saying? So in my head, I look at it like $30 ain't shit. Yeah. Compared to what I could get. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's a bet that I'm worth taking, even though it's a high chance that I'm going to lose. Yeah. $30 spent at the grocery store on nothing. So it's amazing how we look at money, how we break down money. Because you'll have a motherfucker that go buy some weed and they won't buy the eye, or any type of drugs won't buy an eye. But when it comes to investing in yourself some way that you can make yourself stronger, now you questioning shit. Right. Now you confused. Like you say, motherfuckers stand outside and spend $200-something on some Jordans, but won't stand in line to get their self straight. Right. Won't even go to the doctor. You feel me?
It's crazy.
Like, I ain't trying to wait in the doctor's office.
People don't know is like, as a person, you're a computer. If you ain't making these upgrades, some motherfuckers steal the first Mac. That's where they at right now. They I ain't even gonna lie. They ain't upgrading shit. They ain't trying to invest. They not, like you said, they ain't going to get checked up. They not reading. They not downloading no new files. They just a basic ass computer with no internet.
Facts.
Don't know shit. They ain't trying to learn nothing.
It's crazy. It's crazy out here. Cause once again, like you said, when we were shorties, we couldn't just pull up the album on our phone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like you said, people don't understand the value of reading. And it's to a point now you don't even have to read. You got somebody that'll read to you. You feel me? All you gotta do is take notes on that shit.
You could read you could get books on your phone.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I got Audible, and instead of me sitting and reading a book, because I got a gang of books at the crib. You know what I'm saying? I finished 2 of them bitches. I done read through majority of them, but for some reason it's hard for me to completely finish a book. So I'm like, fuck it. Let me download Audible. I can listen to a book, because all I do is listen to shit. I listen to podcasts, listen to music. So that's the easiest way for me to take in the information. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much information out here, and you can literally get the information however you want it. Like, it's Burger King. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, people so fucking lazy. Well, I ain't even gonna say lazy, because they do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever catch their eye, that's what they attracted to.
What it is, it's not. I'm gonna be honest with you. What the government has done has given everybody. What was the shit the kids got to take Ritalin for? What was that?
ADHD.
ADHD. All right, so basically, that's what everybody got now. You could be at the club and be having a conversation, really socializing in real life, and everybody on their phone. it's like their attention span. People's attention span is ridiculous. Like it can't. And I'm a victim myself. Like I even found like, damn, I'll be watching something and I'll change the channel. Like, and I was interested in it, but something happened that pissed me off or I didn't like. I'm like, I'm done with this.
Right.
They systematically making us like that so we could be dependent on just everything. We gotta have everything. I gotta have this. I gotta have that. At the end of the day, you don't got shit. I got Amazon Prime. I done bought like 30 movies on there. But if I don't pay that Prime bill every month,
you can't watch them 30
I can't watch the movies I own.
That's crazy.
What sense do that make?
Yeah.
You know, it's back in the day, if you bought a movie, it was yours.
It was yours. Take that.
You ain't have to pay a bill every. Once you had your collection, you like, shit, I ain't gotta pay this bill I gotta pay this bill every month to watch what's mine.
It's amazing how technology has
it
forced us into some shit we wasn't even prepared for. And it's to the point where new cars don't have CD players. If you got a video game, you got a DVD player. Mm-hmm. But majority of people don't even have a DVD player in their house. Nope. You get a Roku stick or a Fire Stick, that motherfucker go right in your TV. You know what I'm saying?
Then you can't even play the game without the internet.
Man.
Back when that first came, it was an option, but you could still enjoy everything about the game. You can't, if you don't update your game on the internet, you can't play it.
Man, that motherfucker will start breaking. Like, god damn, bro. When you first get a game, that motherfucker down there take 24 hours to download to your shit.
Man. I'll be like, this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. It definitely.
But you know what? When you get it on the network, it don't take that long.
It's crazy because I ain't really look at it like that until you just said it. Like when shit was simpler and it was easy, you just blowing the cartridge. You know what I'm saying? Now you clean the disc, you fuck around, damage the disc. But I wonder what life gonna be like 10, 20 years from now. Cause if you ask me,
it's gonna keep.
You're not gonna have no consoles. Everything just gonna Minority Report. You feel me?
It's either gonna keep going like this, or we gonna meet a major war, where we gonna go back to a lifestyle that we never lived before. Like, really, campfires and hunting. Like, if it go down, whoever survived gonna be living like primal, like real basic.
And to me, that's where I feel like, me personally, I'm at a disadvantage. Cause that's always some shit. Like I wanted to learn how to plant. You know what I'm saying? How to nurture my own crops and all that. I wanted to learn how to live off the land. But it's like life happens so fast that you want to do it, you just ain't got the time to do it. But that goes back to being able to own and purchase land. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody should have a cabin somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just a place to just disconnect where you can just go and just be in the moment. Because my chick always she don't tell me this no more because I got my shit together. But she'll be like, man, you always on your phone.
Right.
And I would have to explain to her, like, my business is my fucking phone. You know what I'm saying? I would relate it like that to her. At the same time, I'm still on social media. I'm still, you know what I'm saying, double tapping bitches' pictures and all types of shit. But she was right. Like, I don't always need to be on my phone. Like, I can literally come up with an idea, write it down, find the person that I want to experiment with my idea for, and then nurture that idea into the point I'm in a position where now I got somebody higher up that I can use the same idea off of and actually make some money off of.
Right.
So her nagging taught me a different way to think.
Yeah. What was nagging was actually schooling. Sometimes your lady can school you on certain things.
And we don't be for that shit sometimes. Shut your ass up.
Exactly. Because you going about it the wrong way.
That's exactly what it was.
But that's perception.
I wasn't feeling that shit. But like I say, it got me into my grind and my focus. Like, even with me doing this podcast, like this shit came from me saying, okay, I partner with bro now for this space, you know what I'm saying? How can I utilize the money that I'm spending on this shit? The only way to utilize it is to put some plans in motion, you know what I'm saying? Hence the podcast, hence the radio show that we was just practicing on and all that shit. So we can make ourselves strong. We just gotta analyze what the fuck is around us,
Right.
and learn how to use that shit to our benefit.
The resources.
Yeah. So that's how this came about. Cause I already had a podcast at one point. It wasn't. I ain't even call it a podcast. I called it a radio show. Right. I used to play music, and now you can't even play music like that no more. Cause niggas got copyrights on their shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't even be on IG with your shit playing. They gonna mute my videos.
It's crazy, man.
America.
It's crazy.
Everything about
that. And that's because the platform that you own don't want to pay it. We shouldn't have to. It's basically an ad.
Facts.
I don't understand why y'all don't want to pay them for that ad. Like, we on here because, hey, I want to be on live right now because I want motherfuckers to hear me listening to this song. Mm-hmm. You mute it. That's going to, like, fuck live. What I need to do it for?
Let me ask you this question. If Facebook and IG was like, we going to charge you $1 every month to utilize this, would you still do it?
I don't even know, man. Do it. I probably would.
Because it's $1.
It's $1. You know what I'm saying? And that the pettiness in me will want to be like, why should I have to pay for this? The reason you're making money is because I'm actually using your platform.
And you got people paying you for ads to place on this bitch.
Like, I'm making you money, and then I got to spend money on top of that. Like, come on, man.
America once again. And that go back to owning over renting. You know what I'm saying? Even though more shit come with ownership, you know what I'm saying? Once you own that shit, then it's on you to get that shit together.
It's on you to get it done, but you still will never own it. If you don't do this, we'll take this motherfucker.
Facts. And that's another thing. Like, what I'm learning is, okay, me personally, I want a house. I want a beautiful house and all that shit. But if I can't pay that shit in cash, then I don't want it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way.
So it's smaller alternatives out here. Like, I don't know if you ever heard of a manufactured home. So think of a trailer park.
Yeah.
This motherfucker don't move unless a semi truck come get it, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they got them out here, and them motherfuckers $24,000. You know what I'm saying?
Too. I know a couple people staying.
Them bitches beautiful. You feel me?
Yeah.
Shitting on half of these cribs that you gonna pay $60,000 for, and the overhead not that high. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think we gotta get out of chasing the shit we don't need at that time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because if I buy this for $25,000, I own it. I still don't own the land. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pay every month on the land. You know what I'm saying? But I could pick this bitch up and take it wherever the fuck I want to take it if I had to. Yeah. At the same time, if I do purchase a home, now I have me a rental property. You know what I'm saying? So small investments can low-key equal big investments. It's all about how you look at it. Because me personally, when we see those places, we like them trailer parks. Never gonna live in a trailer park. You know what I'm saying?
We done heard so trailer park trash. You a Eminem. I ain't trying to live on 8 Mile.
Facts. But it's all about changing your thinking, changing your perspective. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get money or you trying to look good.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to get money.
That's the prioritizing your goals, basically. Some people put the goals that need to sit a little further back too close, and the ones that's further back, hey, bring them. Bring $5,000. You just schooled me on, like,
bro, them bitches. Like you say, you know people that live in them. Nah, the more extravagant that bitch is, the price tag gonna be better. But you could buy a beat down one, bro. They literally selling these. If it's an older one that was made before like 1990, I wouldn't say do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? But if you can find one that was created after 1990, you can buy one for like $5,000, bro. And you could renovate that bitch for another $5,000, bro. And now that motherfucker worth $25,000.
Yeah, just think about that. Or you could live in it for like 15 years. If I get 15 years out of $25,000, I'm straight. Bro. You could spend that in 2 years of rent.
That's a stain. That's what I'm saying.
And in that time where you ain't spending no rent or no mortgage, you could be stacking for your dream crib.
Doing all types of other shit.
Man, making it happen.
So it's all, like you say, changing your perspective and your outlook on what you want out of life. Because, like, they always say when we was kids, like, females, they dreamed about their dream wedding. we dreamed about being superheroes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dumb shit.
We wanted to be Spider-Man, nigga. Fuck getting married. But when you get older, you start looking at it like, okay, what do I need to achieve my goals? Because I'm with this pandemic and everything going on, like I was in a position where I was able to make my life easier before it got harder. You know what I'm saying? Which was paying my car off. You know what I'm saying? Bringing bills down or eliminating bills totally. You know what I'm saying? So I literally had to decide what I wanted to do. Right. Do I want to look good or do I want to limit my fucking overhead? And it's like, shit, limit your fucking overhead. Because I was just talking to my auntie. I was finna go buy a car for no reason, bro. Just go with, I wanted a Charger. I was going to go buy me a fucking Charger. Then I asked myself, I say, bro, you paid your car off. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same car you bought. You know what I'm saying? But that bitch paid off. Ain't no check engine lights or nothing on that bitch.
For a little bit.
You feel me? And once again, I done paid a car note. I ain't trying to get into no more slave deals. So if I can't buy that shit in cash, I don't need that shit.
Right.
But now I'm on I need property. You know what I'm saying? I need to own some shit. Right. Now my son 8. We done went and seen like 6, 7 properties. You know what I'm saying? And I tell him, like, you coming with me because you going to know what it feel like to go look at some shit that you can buy. And then he always asks me the same question, like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? And I told him, like, bro, because you need to own some shit. And you need to learn to own some shit. And I'm going to make sure you and your sister own some shit before you ever even get close to my age. You know what I'm saying?
That's that journey. So you trying to build generational wealth, man.
We got to.
We definitely have to, man. That's
shit
why
was,
we so far behind because we was raped from that.
Shit was tough.
Everything the black community had was destroyed, taken, looted. You know, from Black Wall Street to Rosewood to all the sharecroppers in Mississippi
to Central Park.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Central Park was
a black community.
You feel me? That they
Nobody
came and took that shit.
Came and took it.
That's crazy.
Black businesses, own hospitals, everything. They came and took it over and made it a part.
Yeah. So at this point, like, hey, I would love reparations. We gotta create our own at this point.
You see what they did when your boy tried to work it out, Cochran.
Shit wild.
So it's like, man.
And they got the bread too. Hey, just print that shit.
Everybody that ever speak on it or try and get it done, that's really why they killed King. A lot of people don't know.
He was on some financial shit. And it wasn't even just for black people. It was for everybody.
As long as he was just fighting rights, they let him live. But when you start, you want to talk about my money?
Yeah. Get him the fuck up out of here.
Get him.
And that's everybody.
A lot of people don't know they assassinated his mother, too.
I ain't know that.
Yeah.
But
she got assassinated because, you know, they tapped his phone, so I'm guessing she knew something.
Right.
So they killed her.
But that's what make now so different. You know what I'm saying? We able to articulate ourselves. We able to pass information. And that's why I fuck with Nipsey so much. Man. You feel me? Because it literally pisses me off. Because I hear somebody say Nipsey weak or whatever. And that's cool. You can say he weak. Yeah, but you can't demean him as a man and what he was out here doing for communities, bro. Mm-hmm. He literally laid the blueprint for everything. Yeah. Just follow this blueprint and you going to make some shit happen. Start from the dirt. Don't give up.
See,
go hard.
Hov reached for him, man. Hov wouldn't reach for him right when a goofy just took his life for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then I know a lot of things are conspiracies, but I get tired of some of these conspiracy theorists giving weak ass niggas passes. Like, no, it's not a conspiracy. That was a weak ass nigga that killed a successful black man that was just ain't no telling where Nip was finna go.
Bro,
I know right now if he would have stayed alive, people still probably wouldn't be on his music. But I've been listening to Nip since like 2008.
Man, me too. You can go back on my Facebook and see that shit.
Like, been bumping Nip.
And what's crazy about it, like people be mad at the growth of Jay-Z music. Like you got Jay-Z speaking 444 and all that shit and talking about taxes and black-owned businesses and all that shit. you supposed to evolve with your music. Like Nipsey early music, I ain't gonna say it was the greatest. No. Shit was low key trash. You feel me? We just gonna be honest. But for some reason, I stuck through with him. You know what I'm saying? I heard the growth in his music up until Victory Lap, bro. And it got me so excited because I'm like, man, I can't wait to hear what come after this shit.
But when I really knew he was going to do it was when I heard Crenshaw.
Yeah, Crenshaw was different.
Crenshaw, I was like.
Changed nothing. I love
really
that.
Evolving, like, man.
Mailbox Money was slept on too. Money,
Slauson, like, he just kept elevating, man. Yeah. I fuck with his music. I fuck with what he talking about. You see, I'm not somebody that's going to listen to music and change it before I hear lyrics. Like, some people listen to music, they hear the beat, they dumb. You know, the dumb intrigued by the drum. Like, if they don't like how it sound, they not even going to wait till anybody even say a word on it.
Turn that shit off.
They going to turn it off. So, that's why a lot of Nip's music was passed, because he had them West Coast, you know, Detroit-type beats, and a lot of people ain't fucking with that, but Victory Lap was...
That shit should have won.
Supposed to win a Grammy.
It definitely should.
Same way Hov was supposed to win 444. But
you know how that shit go.
That's politics. That's major music.
I also wonder what would life be like with Pac still here.
Man, it'd be way different. Man.
But Pac is a prime example of allowing your environment to dictate your journey. Because I feel like
I don't even think that happened with Pac. I think Pac let peer pressure dictate his environment has shit to do with it. It's wanting to be accepted. Like Pac was out there. Now granted, I don't care how, you know how we is, if you put your feet on the gas.
Something coming from that shit.
It's coming. Like that's like motherfucker, like it'll be like if we was in where was he at? Vegas. And the baby came and stumped Joe out. Like, damn, shit, it'd be like, damn, I like that baby record or whatever. But
fuck the baby.
But that's what it's gonna be.
Facts.
And it was probably somebody that killed him that listened to his music and everything. But it's like when it comes to certain shit you can't do as a man, no matter who you think you are. Pac was gonna be around the right people. He was gonna be probably what Will Smith is now.
And that's crazy because I related back to you saying Jay-Z reached back for Nip. And then even in that freestyle, he said, like, bro, we got $100 million on the schedule, like low. You know what I'm saying? Certain people see certain shit in people. You feel me? Yeah. That's a gift. You know what I'm saying? Because they know you a game changer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even how Nip was moving, and Pac was a game changer. Right. He just landed with the wrong crowd, and shit happened.
Pac was smart, but Pac needed to be seen. Yeah. He loved that shit. And that was like, I mean, we can't question what God choose, but damn, if he was still alive, man, it'd be way different. Him and Big. And to me, Big just caught an L off some shit he ain't had nothing to do with.
Once again, I see, we've seen it happen. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers trying to fit in just to fit in. Mm-hmm. And I could never understand that because I don't give a fuck. Well, I don't know. Maybe high school me gave a fuck about how cool I was and shit. But once again, we kicked it together, and we know we had some lames with us, and we had some real motherfuckers with us. Like, our group was very diverse. You know what I'm saying? We just wasn't.
Athletes, musicians, it was like.
It was crazy.
We didn't give a fuck. And then nobody fuck with us.
And that's crazy, bro, because when you look back on life, a lot of the people that hung with us, bro, would have got bullied if they wasn't with us. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't no overly tough motherfuckers.
But we handled.
And we was together. You feel me? I remember the big brawl outside. You feel me?
Who was it? All I heard was they jumping on Jay.
Man, I got the fuck up out of there.
Man, the biggest brawl.
But
with no guns.
And that's crazy because shit
no
like
knives.
if you go back in time, if you make that shit happen now, somebody die, bro.
Couple people.
Somebody die.
Couple people.
And it even how the situation occurred, you feel me? It started over a female.
Yeah.
And that had nothing to do with none of us, you feel me? But it's the guys, and we gonna ride for the guys. But when I never knew, I knew after the fact that Wayne and Lil Joe escalated that situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But once again, pride and reputation. Right. You know what I'm saying? He low key literally bitched us. You feel me? He was talking crazy. Yeah. And then definitely was. Some shit occurred, but once again, pride and ego. You know what I'm saying? Shit had to happen.
It had to.
But
because if it wouldn't have, the next day it would have. You can't run like back then. You couldn't run from a fight, man. Right. You had to take it, and 9 times out of 10, it was impossible to run anyway. Because by the time you knew what was finna happen, you looking around and it's 20, 30 people looking at you.
Bro, that's what happened though. For real. I was looking around like, damn, what the fuck going on?
About to happen.
Like I seen it, but I ain't pay no attention to it. I remember it just like it was that you was on the bus stop. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Q&M was in a school. Yep. I was just somewhere everywhere. You feel me? And then
just talking to bitches. He was on some J shit.
I see the niggas with hoodies. It was hot as hell. Remember? Yeah. Half a day is hot as hell. Niggas with hoodies. Like, man, what the fuck they on? And they low key made their way to me, and I ain't even peep it. You know what I'm saying? But situations like that taught me, like, man, sometimes you just gotta be cool. And then it was handled like some player shit. Cause we squashed the shit. Like he came and was like, man, I just want to fight, bro. You feel me? I don't even want to fight none of y'all. I just want to fight him. And motherfucker was like, nah, I ain't trying to fight. And motherfucker squashed it. Even though we wasn't happy about bro not trying to fight. Yeah. But
that was but everybody not a fighter. You know what I'm saying? But as long as my thing was, even when we went out from the Grove Heights fights, like we was in a lot of shit.
That was dangerous.
Like,
looking back on it,
yeah, that was some could have lost our life type shit.
And that was our ego again.
Yeah,
playing a part of it.
What's crazy is we knew not to go, and then what's crazy is the ones that wanted to go the most was the ones that wasn't gonna fight.
And what's the real crazy part is we left multiple times, and we came back with different people every time, more and more people every time. So we low key was like escalating that situation, and
I ain't did a house party since.
Me either.
I think that was I learned early.
Matter of
fact,
I
ain't did a house party. I mean a get together, but a house party where it's gonna be a lot of people that don't know each other. Mm-hmm. I ain't did that since.
I went to a party in Parkway, and we walked in that motherfucker, and we instantly felt the tension. It was the same situation. Female invited the guys, so shit, the guys, we in this bitch. And we walked in, and it was tension. And I told the chick, I'm like, bro, we out of here, because that had already happened. You know what I'm saying? We had already got into it over some dumbass shit. Right. You feel me? And I was like, nah, we can't even be in this situation no more. Right. We got the fuck up out of there. And once again, we was in Parkway, so it was like, yeah, y'all better get the fuck up out of here.
Let's go.
It ain't worth it.
The 90s, it ain't half and half no more.
It ain't worth it.
It's all them.
It wasn't no gate. No. You feel me? You just walk in that bitch. Yeah. But let's talk about the ego, because you want to get into that.
Well, the ego is, to me, it's the biggest divide when it comes to black men working together.
Right.
Ego. We done seen plenty of examples. Pac. You know.
Shit, Nipsey.
Yeah, Nipsey. Duck. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different examples of the male. When does your ego become destructive to yourself? Like, when do you realize, like, man, I need to get this up and learn how to work with people that, you know, I might not get along with. Right. At what point, who is gonna be the person to make that decision? Like,
literally, only you can.
Exactly.
And for some reason, we fight that shit. Yeah. And it's to the point now where I'm a grown ass man. I ain't trying to fight nobody. Nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna defend myself. I'm for sure gonna defend myself.
Right.
But I'm not trying to fight you or nobody that came with you.
Right.
Trying to fight over no female. I ain't trying to fight over none of that shit. I don't give a fuck that you stepped on my shoes. It's all good, bro.
It's all good.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna clean them off.
You feel me?
But I ain't gonna lie, at the point in my life, that was a problem. Like, that was a problem. And why?
Once again.
Because I was told, hey, if somebody step on your shoes, they trying to disrespect you. Not it was an accident, but
right.
where we come from, he had plenty of space, like, and it might have been just the purest accident in the world. You know how many people been killed over that?
Facts.
It's ridiculous, man.
Just because a motherfucker is mad at some dumb shit.
Mad. And, you know, like I said, to me, I could be, as the man I am now, I could be that bigger person. Like, I could put ego aside. Like, I done squash shit with people that people be like, damn, you squashed that? After that, like, yeah. Because I don't want no more trouble. Like, it's never going to end.
Facts.
Somebody has to stop it.
It ain't worth it at all.
It ain't worth it. Because if I keep going and he kill me and then my people come kill him, it's going to keep going. And then people got kids. People got family. It ain't no law no more.
Yeah, and then, like, having kids, you obligated to be there. You know what I'm saying? And when you put yourself in situations that ain't worth it and something happens from that situation and you can lose your life from that situation, now who's going to be that father figure? You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't 100% that your girl going to end up with a good dude. You know what I'm saying? It ain't 100% that your homie's going to pick up that burden. You know what I'm saying? It's rare. Or
he ever recover. Like, you never, when you experience death of a parent as a child, you never completely recover from that. Like, I don't ever. And then a traumatic death, if that, like, it's like, my mom, it was traumatic, but we knew it was probably gonna happen. Mm-hmm. But something like your pops getting shot, like, you got to think about the kid that's gonna be 12 years old out there right now, 13 years old. His daddy gonna get killed. How that's gonna fuck with his mind. He could be financially set up, role models and everything, but just that could fuck his whole life up and put him on a different path. And now he the next killer. And now he killed somebody else, daddy. And then it just keep going. It's an ever-ending cycle.
And that's what I tell people all the time. Like, you don't know what choice you making in that time is going to affect you in what type of way. You know what I'm saying? Right. But no matter what you go through in life, it all came down to one choice. In that moment, you ain't know this choice was going to turn into that. But that's why you got to be aware. And like you say, you got to be willing to say, man, this shit is not worth it. Fuck this. Like, I don't even go to clubs. Like, the last time I went to a club was for my cousin. He was going away, and he wanted to party one more time before he went to jail. Mm-hmm. And I got the fuck up out of there. I kicked it with him for like 2-3 hours. You feel me? We took shots and all types of shit. But it was time for Jay to go. And like 30 minutes after I left, motherfucker started shooting her. Motherfucker damn near killed his homie. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, something be telling me, bro. Like, real shit. It be like, Jay, it's time for you to go. Like, I don't live in the city, but I live in the city.
Right. And
every time I go to the city, it's just an uncomfortable feeling. And shout out to my girl, because she was like, man, I can't live here. We got to get the fuck up out of here. Who the fuck want to raise their kids? And I'm like, man, fuck you. What you talking about? Like, nigga, ain't shit gonna happen. And I was living directly smack dab in the hood. I was on 81st and Evans, bro. You feel me? Yeah. It's busting. And we got the fuck up out of there. But now when I go back to the city, nah. I slid on Gabe, and I was kicking it with Gabe. You feel me? Put one in the air with Gabe, and I'm like, all right, bro, it's time for me to go. Right. Like, the nigga went the crib and ain't come back for a minute. I'm like, bro, I'm gone, bro. Like, the fuck going on? Nigga, like, I'm up out of here. I ain't finna be sitting here all day. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck on. And I always listen to my instincts, bro.
You got to, because when you don't, man, I can think of all the times I didn't, shit pop off, and it'd be like, even sometimes when you don't, you get cocky because when your instincts go off and nothing end up happening, then you be like, oh, just tweet. Nah, but still follow.
Facts.
You don't never know. It didn't happen maybe because you removed yourself from the situation. Might have still happened if you was there. Everybody running off energy.
Facts.
Take your energy out of the situation, it could change the outcome.
A couple weeks ago, I was with my cousin. They was out west. I don't never pull up out west. You feel me? They say they out west. All right, I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you later. You feel me? So he was like, nah, pull up. So I'm like, fuck it. I pull up on them. Literally the whole time I'm out west, my eye twitching. You feel me? My it just keep twitching. So I kicked it for a decent amount of time, and I'm like, time for me to get the fuck up out of here. Nothing happened, you know what I'm saying? But my eye was twitching too much. And I'm like, bro, it's time. Your eye telling you to get the fuck on, you know what I'm saying?
Your nerves.
Who knows if I would have stayed there, what would have happened by me staying there?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got the fuck up out of there.
Yeah.
I just got that in my, and I go to places now, and it be so peaceful. And I'm like, man, this living right now. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit wasn't living.
And then again, you still gotta watch. You gotta watch yourself everywhere.
Facts.
I mean, you got to. It ain't the days where even if you stay in the night, I don't care how nice my neighborhood is, I'm not leaving my door unlocked.
Bro,
hey,
say that shit again, bro.
I don't care how nice my neighborhood is. I be going to certain neighborhoods. I'm driving down the street at 11 o'clock at night. They got the 3-car garage just wide open. I'm like,
they tripping. They asking for it.
You don't know what shady character, because you know when we was shorties, we used to ride to nice neighborhoods, just ride, like not even on bullshit, but if we would have and seen the stain and been like, take it.
Right.
Like I ain't on nothing, but shit, I'm short. Shit, I need something. I need some shoes. Folks in there got the shoes. I ain't got them. I want them. So poverty is what breeds violence. Like a lot of kids is not even bad kids. They just want things. And people don't realize that, like, when you want things, sometimes it's going to change the way you think or how you act. And you're going to do things you shouldn't do. It's not that you're a bad person. It's just, it's your situation. Like, a lot of people of different color that's not black don't understand that the same GI bills that they grandfathers got and received, only a fraction of the soldiers that came back that was black received. They was coming back being lynched. Now, them GI bills set America up from like 45. Everybody that got them, the baby boomers, and they lived good. They ate good. Opened a lot of businesses. Fortune 500 companies were started off of that. Black people didn't see that.
Thanks.
So situations is different depending on what neighborhood you grew up in. You're not going to grow up in Roseland thinking the same way you did in Naperville.
Facts.
And the people, when they meet in college, then they be like, well, I don't understand why you do it. I know you don't. Because you never had a pair of holy shoes. You never had to worry about, hey, why the fuck is we eating rice again tonight? Certain things that you never had to worry about. Right. We was worrying about bills before we was even paying them. And I be telling certain people like that, like, you never had to worry about certain things that other people had to worry about.
The lights being on, the heat.
Like, even in the burbs, like, we did just good enough to move to the burbs and get, but it was like we wasn't really suburban. Like, we was still poor. We was just poor in the burbs. Right. Like, that's more depressive than being, I don't know. Like, damn, I gotta be poor around people that got it.
You got it.
Instead of I could have been in the city
types of shit,
wearing school uniforms, and they ain't got it like me, and it ain't bad. And I got to go to the burbs. We ain't got no uniforms, so you got to have fits, and motherfuckers gonna notice like you wore that last month. That's your Monday fit. Like, people don't understand like that mindset. That can make you do things that
you wouldn't normally do.
Facts.
All right, is there anything else you want to touch on before we get the fuck up out of here?
Man, let y'all know you don't. Democratic does not mean you're black. Like,
and
like a tattoo. It's okay to disagree with other black people and not hate them.
Facts.
Like, whatever political views you have, it's yours. That's why politics is so corrupted, because of the people. The people are corrupting it because y'all want to follow each other. No, have your own view. Learn something. When you go vote for the president, know the other names on the ballot. Know who the senators are. Know who the representatives are. A lot of people don't even know who they own representatives are or senators.
Motherfuckers be scared to educate themselves. Because think about it. When we were shorties, it wasn't cool to be smart.
It wasn't.
I had a guest on my show, and he was the weird kid in school that watched
like Pokemon and shit like that.
Like not Yu-Gi-Oh, but like Goku and them and shit.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And he rode skateboards, and I told him, I'm like, bro, it's crazy how we treated certain people back in the day just off them just being different and them not watching sports or interacting with sports or liking sports at all.
Right.
But that was once again some shit that we was taught. Yeah. Like, in order to be cool, you gotta mess with the lames. You gotta pick on the lames and shit. And it was crazy because the way he described it, he was like, man, that literally made me tougher. You know what I'm saying? And it did. And growing up, we always was taught stupid shit. I'm going to just say it. We was taught stupid shit. And growing up as a grown man now, it's up to us to teach kids the right way. You know what I'm saying? I remember my son he got into it at school. You feel me? Little boy punched him in his shit. And I don't care that the little boy punched you in your shit. Why he punched you in your shit? You feel me? And he ain't want to tell me, you know what I'm saying? Because his mama picked him up and shit. She was like, man, little boy hit him. He was crying and shit. So I talked to him like, what you say to him that made him hit you? And my son was talking about his shoes. You feel me? And I told his ass, I'm like, you got everything that you deserve. Yeah. He's supposed to punch you in your shit. Because once again, just because, and that's the moment I stopped buying him Jordans. I'm like, bro, just because you got some nice shoes on don't mean shit. You feel me? You got life fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, if there was another situation, that shit could have ended differently. So I always find little teachable moments with my kids, and I tell them, like, nah, that shit ain't what it is. And I told his ass, like, nigga, yeah, you got hit in your mouth because you was talking crazy. You shouldn't have been talking crazy. Now, next time he hit you in your mouth, you better motherfucking fight back. Nigga. Right. I don't want to hear about no goddamn teacher nothing, nigga. Right. He punch you in your shit, punch him back. You feel me? Get beat up if you got to, but don't just let somebody hit you for no reason. Yeah, but at the same time, don't talk about people. That's not cool. Facts. We not going to do that.
We not. Because this generation don't know how to handle that.
Facts.
That was everyday life for us.
Yeah.
Like, we was going to roast people we love. Like, this, bro, I'm still finna gun your ass. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it's not.
Look, lunchtime, difficult.
They can't handle it. Lunchtime, boy, LaVille.
Shout out my boy LaVille, man.
Hey, we used to give him the flux, but he'll go right back. Like, he knew he was gonna eat everybody lunch. Did you gonna finish that? Like,
I still hit LaVille on Facebook. He'll post some food. I'm like, boy, you know that was like your fifth plate, nigga. Don't try to stunt, and he'll come right back. You feel me? And it's always that genuine love, but
genuine love.
We ain't never.
And a lot of people don't understand. They be like, they talking about each other mean, but it's love. It's the same way with how we use nigga. Like, I could talk about you and be like, man, we could laugh and joke, but you better not say nothing about folks. Like, we don't know you.
You got shit fucked up. That's like a unwritten law.
Yeah, but we had more common sense. These kids now, they smart, but they ain't got a lick of common sense.
Bro, that shit crazy. I never forget. Q told me, he was like, man, common sense ain't common. I'm like, nigga, common. What? Get the fuck out of here, man. Everybody know that. And then I ran into a situation where a motherfucker didn't know, and I was like, yeah, everybody ain't on the same frequency.
Nah. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
You want to give any shout outs before we get out of here?
Shout out to CNE, shout out to Tails, my boy Tails. He got an album coming out, Red Pill. Shout out to the whole hundreds. 103rd, DTH, down the hill. Shout out to everybody out there on their business. Take advantage of this restart.
Facts.
This is a restart right now. Don't get played by it. Everybody finna get let's make this be our reparations. Just use your head out there.
All right, I want to thank you for coming through, chopping it up with me. Yeah. Congratulations, you are now my longest episode. You feel me? So you going to the Hall of Fame right now. You feel me? But once again, I appreciate you for sliding through, having this honest conversation. Hopefully, it's motherfuckers out there that listen to this shit and they find something that they've been lacking on or an opportunity to better themselves based off the conversations we had.
Right. Hey, that's what we supposed to be at, man. Hey, Black men, we build together.
Until next week, man, this has been another episode of Conversations with Jay.